Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. I hope everybody is having a great day. Man, we had a great time in church yesterday. It was a little cold, but everybody still showed up. I was really proud of our church. We came off our fast. We had an awesome fast. And next weekend is Super Bowl Sunday. So we're wearing our jerseys, and after church we're going to go have a Super Bowl party today or that day. So if you haven't signed up, I encourage you to get signed up. We only got a couple more days and then the sign up will be done. Today is Marketplace Monday, and we've been talking a lot about new titles, new jobs, new companies. We've been talking about a lot of that, right? Today I want to talk about how to create value in your current position, right? Because the truth is, you don't need a new job, you don't need a new title, you don't need a new company to increase your value. In 2026, the people who grow the fastest are the people who intentionally create value right where they are. In 2026, the people who are going to financially grow the fastest are the people who create value in the position they're in and what they do. So, again, after all the talk we've done and talked about uncertainty, job security, change, right? The natural question I see you guys asking is, well, okay, Pastor, that's all good. What do I do right now? And most people think their value comes after promotion, right? That's when they think they see their value. But the marketplace works the opposite way. Value comes first and then titles follow, right? So, what I want to do today is I want to talk you through what value creation actually looks like in your current position, right? Regardless of your role, regardless of your title, regardless of your industry, how do leaders recognize, right, value immediately when somebody is bringing value to the company, bringing value to the team, bringing value to the organization? Okay? Write this down. Number one, value is created when you improve outcomes. That's what we need to understand. Value is created when we improve outcomes. Right. Um, Here's a critical distinction, right? Here's a critical distinction. You are paid for your role, right? But you are rewarded for your impact. You are paid for think about the parable of the talents, right? All three of the people, the one that got one, the one that got two, the one that got five to start, all had a role, but they were rewarded based on the impact they had on what they were given, right? So value is created. Think about it this way, write this down. Value is created when something is faster, when something is cleaner, when something is less costly. Value is created when something is less risky. Value is created when something is more effective. Let me give y'all a great example. I'll use Leroy's business. Leroy has a business called Junk Luggers. And what they do is they have this big, beautiful truck, and it's two guys, and they go out and they pick up junk from homes and they remove it. If you got clutter in your house, right? So how does a guy that drives a junk lugger truck create value? Let's think about that. Well, number one, if he's doing a job that Leroy estimates is going to take 6 hours in 4 hours, right? If he's always under the estimation, he creates value in the efficiency of how he performs. He always outperforms the estimate. That would be my number one thing. Hey, Leroy, what did you estimate this job at? Well, I estimate that at about 6 hours. I would always come in under the estimation when possible. But how does he really increase value? I mean, that's one good way. But what about if while he was there, let's say he came in 2 hours under job estimation, he went and knocked on 5 doors every time. He went to the person across the street while the truck was parked out there. Hey, how you doing? My name's Nick. I'm with Junk Luggers. We're over here moving some of your neighbors' trash out. We're here. We got half the truck left. Just wanted to know if you had anything that needed to go. I could give you a quick quote. It will save you some money because we're already out here. So you'll get like a 30% discount right off the bat. Do you need anything? No. Okay, thank you. You go to the next one. You go to the next one. You go to the next one. As a matter of fact, if Leroy projected 6 hours to do the job and you only got it done in 4, why not just drive down the street and park the truck, knock on the doors, park the truck, do it all the way out of the neighborhood? Especially if you have room in the truck. Now you can give them a significant discount and you can make more money. Man, you've just demonstrated to your employer. If I'm Leroy, man, I'm giving that guy a bonus on top of that, right? So according to workplace performance research, summarized by Gallup, right? High performers consistently focus on outcomes, not activities. So ask yourself, what are you doing at the workplace today that takes too long? What are you doing at the workplace today that breaks down too much? What are you doing at the workplace today that causes frustration, both upstream and downstream? And the key takeaway on point 1 is this: if your work makes life easier for others, you're creating value. It's that simple. If your work makes life easier for others, you're creating value. You know, recently Lakeisha has become Pastor Franny and I's. I don't want to say our assistant because she does a whole lot more than that, but she's really helping organize the ministry overall, right? Kind of like the chief operating officer. One thing we want to walk away from in the next year is processes for everything that we do, understandings. We're going to create looms. And since she started, man, she's just on top of it. Hey, Pastor, what do you need here? Hey, Pastor, she's made my life easier. Tremendous value creation, right? So think about that at your job. Value, point number 2, value creation is about ownership, not authority. Ownership. One of the biggest myths of the marketplace is I'll take ownership when I get the title. That's ridiculous. Leaders see it differently. If I was a leader in the church in a ministry and I knew that my pastor promoted Lakeisha to the position we promoted her to and gave her the job we gave her, and I'm a leader of, let's say, the praise and worship team or the kids ministry or whatever, I'm going to her. What can I do now to make your job easier? I know what pastor's tasking you with. What can I do to make your job easier? If you work in a contact center, you have a contact center manager. What can I do to make your job easier? What can I do to make you shine more? Right? So leadership see it differently. True leaders see it differently. They don't need a title. What does ownership look like? What I just said. Ownership is seeing a problem and addressing it. Ownership is taking issues before they come up, seeing that they're going to be an issue and help address it. Thinking past your job description. Following something through till it's completed, right? Research cites that in leadership studies from Harvard Business Review, things that consistently show up are that employees who demonstrate ownership are perceived as more promotable. Employees who demonstrate ownership, take responsibility, I'll get that done, are perceived as more promotable, even before formal leadership roles, right? I mean, anyway, I'm going to stay away from the church because we're trying to stay on the marketplace here, right? So what's the key here? Authority follows ownership. If you want authority, become an owner. Owners, our ownership does not wait for authority. Ownership asks, Tarshila's leading the praise team. What can I do to take something off your plate? Donovan's leading the creative team. Where's an area that I can own? that I can take this, I can learn it, I can help you. You'll have no questions. You don't even have to think about it. I got it. That's ownership. That's what you do before you become a leader, right? That's what you do that validates that you're a leader. Point number 3, value comes or value becomes real when others can't see it. Let me say that again. Value becomes real when others, can see it. Value becomes real when others can see it. So, what does that mean? It's just like you can see when somebody owns something. You can see when somebody takes authority over something. When Jeremiah left the creative team, Natifa and Donovan stepped up and learned Canva. They learned how to manipulate some graphic slides and how to step in there and fill that void. That's valuable, right? That's valuable. Here's where many good people really get stuck. They create value, right? But they don't translate it. They'll go do something, but they're not letting their boss know. They're not coordinating with their boss. They're just out trying to do things. Value must be clear. Value must be communicated. And value has to connect to results. That's why you ask your boss, what can I do to make your job easier? Just like I said with Lakeisha, everybody knows they're going to know after this meeting on Saturday, what her role is and what her mandate is. We want to document, we want to create Loom, we want to get everything organized in our ministry. That way, when these new people come, a leader doesn't have to spend all day with them. They can go watch this, they can go look at this, they can go see that. Where do they want to contribute? Right? So this doesn't mean what it doesn't mean is it does not mean self-promotion. It just means clarity. It means conversation, talking with your leader, getting direction. I'm going to go away and do this, man. I'm going to own this. I'll come back to you and I'll give you an example. You tell me what you think. But be ready to take correction. Be ready to take direction, right? Again, leadership research referenced by Gartner. Gartner's really big in the technical industry. Shows that decision makers reward people who can clearly explain what changed, why it mattered, and what risk reduced, right? What risk was reduced or what opportunity was created. You know, I tell CEOs all the time, when you're putting together messaging and when we're selling, we have to be able to answer these 3 questions to anybody that's buying technology. Why change? Why now? And why your company? Why change? What's the importance of change? People hate change. You got to give them a valuable reason to change. If you are then going to change, why change now? And if you are going to change and you're going to change now, why with my company? You got to be able to answer those questions in sales, right? So we need to understand it's the same with value, right? Remember this, unspoken value is invisible value. Unspoken value is invisible value. So think about that. So you got to talk to your boss. They got to understand. That's what's important, right? So what are a few things to do? So let me leave you with 3 questions to ask yourself this week while you're at work. Write these down. Number 1, what outcome can I improve in my current role? We're going to ask these questions next week. We're going to put them in the chat. If you already know an outcome that you already know you can improve, put it in the chat. What outcome? Put what you do and put what you think can improve. What outcome can I improve in my current role? Maybe you say, hey, I could be on time more so I don't disrupt the team. There's a great place to start. What problem can I take ownership of without being asked? Number 2, what problem can I take ownership of without being asked? And then number 3, can I clearly explain the value that I am creating? Can I clearly explain the value that I am creating? All right. So let's ask those three questions of ourselves this week while we're doing what we're doing at work. And let's work on becoming more valuable. Let's work on becoming an asset, not a liability, right where we're at. That way, as the business may shrink, the business may get more automated. But guess what? Even when AI is coming in, even when businesses are shrinking, you've created so much value in who you are and what you do, you'll be the last person to go. Okay? Listen, love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys, Pastor Franny and I will see you guys on Wednesday, this Wednesday. Until then, have a great week. And Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.